estate. Real Estate Exposed is all about helping homeowners and those who would like to be homeowners and those who would like to get into real estate.
Here we go. I'm Brandon Roberts. Welcome to Real Estate Exposed. I'm co-founder of Signature Real Estate Group, along here with Vandana Bhalla, one of our corporate brokers at Signature Real Estate Group, and also known as the Hammer.
Hammer time.
Boom.
And in this corner, we've got
Ding, ding, ding. Sounds like the rink.
the branch manager of Prosperity Lending, Shelly Panzarella.
Sherry.
I almost messed the whole thing up. The one chance you give me to do the intro, I almost screw it all
Thank you,
up.
Brandon, for that first
But
attempt.
it was a lot smoother than every other week.
Are you
Just got to
done?
say. I am now. Go.
Okay, so a couple of things you forgot. We're
What is
actually
my title?
on-
You're the branch manager.
No, I know, but how come I don't have a call? I don't have a hammer. What am I?
You're Sherry.
Sherry. Got
you
it.
just said that.
I
Okay.
did not. I almost did. Hey, it's a lot of pressure going live for the first time. So we're live on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
Real Estate X, right?
Yes.
Where else can they find us?
So facebook.com/realestatex. They can also find us on YouTube on Real Estate Exposed. If for some reason you can't find us, you can actually go based off. Are you turning off my mic?
No.
You can go based off of our. I swear you pushed a button as I was talking.
We can change camera angles and everything. We've got this high tech.
Oh,
Just you
got
just
it. I'm just gonna do
just
my
stay
thing.
in your
All right.
little corner.
So nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's my saying.
So we have
There's your title.
no. It actually came
baby.
from a movie, but
I know.
you can't claim as your own.
Dirty
You
dancing.
can't trademark
Dirty
that.
dancing.
Is that where it came from?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Actually, mine is I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. Do you know where that came from?
No.
Is that not the right?
Is this like the concubine comment, Shelly? I mean, I feel like this is going to require a little bit of education.
Yes.
Or, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
You want me to look it up?
No,
Okay.
that's
No,
Pretty
just-
Woman.
Just
So hold on. Let
finish.
me finish what I'm doing
Sorry.
here. Let's start
Getting
this.
myself into the camera line.
I'll
here.
just start the intros. Brandon screwed it up.
Just start it all over.
We just-
And now let's bring on the hosts for Real Estate Exposed.
No, I'm really not going to redo the intros.
Oh,
But it is
Ridiculous.
facebook.com/realestatex is on Facebook. And then you can find us on YouTube. And if for some reason you can't find Real Estate Exposed because we don't have enough subscribers.
Like us and subscribe below.
yeah.
So you can find us through our last episode of called Netflix and Chill, or even the one before that, which was She Sheds.
No, a
no,
shit
so
ton of
shit-
she sheds.
Shit ton of she
ton of
sheds.
she said. She
Or
sheds.
before that, it was $2 Chuck.
And
Man, we've
before-
had some really good topics.
Yeah.
I like them all.
None of them related to real estate, but
That's okay.
But we can seem to
I don't
make it
know.
happen
$2
somehow.
Chuck gets you through the real estate day
I
sometimes.
think so. Well, not $2 Chuck. I wouldn't. I mean, that was back.
You
in the
won't
days.
admit it. I got it.
I won't. Yeah, we don't do that. So anyway, so let's talk about some real estate. Do you guys want some stats?
Let's do it.
Like for real?
Sure.
You want
Yeah,
some stats?
sure, why
All
not?
right. So
I'm gonna shut myself down now.
last week, I don't know where it went, but I had like a whole thing and whatnot.
Some houses sold.
Some
and
houses sold.
Yeah,
and,
normally
there were a
you
couple
give
of
us
things
some.
Yeah. So the stats is that we have about 1,001
Can't pay attention.
new listings that have hit the market in the last 7 days. And that was 1,136 last week is how many hit the previous 7 days. So that's
We're
gone
down.
down a little bit, but here's a funny story is that it goes up and down. So 1 week it'll be up, the next week it'll be down. So it's sort of, I feel like an average-ish of maybe 1,050-ish homes that hit the market every week.
give or take a few hundred.
Give or take. No, not a couple hundred, like 50 or 60, right? Because the week before it went up by 108. This week it's gone down by 100 and something. So we'll average that out at a 50, spread. Does that sound like a good idea?
Average.
And so you guys have no clue.
I don't think you do either.
Well, I do. So we've had, and then what sold the previous, so I'm doing week on week, right? So this week we've had 716 homes that have actually sold, whereas the previous week we had 1,266 homes that sold.
Wow,
So-
that's a bigger spread.
That is a bigger spread.
Good, I can. Do
And
my
I
math.
think, sorry?
I said good. I can do my math.
Yes, congratulations. It's higher than the one, or it's lower
Yes.
than the one before from the week before.
Carry the one.
So, I mean, those are pretty much
We
the,
don't do
the
that
numbers
anymore.
that you want. We don't carry the one anymore, Shelly.
Sorry.
Correct. Thanks, Brandon, for clearing that up. And so there's, we've gotten several articles, I think, in the last couple of days in regards to sort of our stats and what's happening year over year for our market, specifically here in Vegas. Like I said, I'd love to hear what's going on throughout the nation. I know that we're tracking articles through Realtor.com as well as some of the others like Channel 8 News for us here locally and Review Journal. But I think overall the consensus is that the market inventory is down, the supply is up, interest rates are pretty low, so they've increased borrowing power for buyers. But what's happened is new homes are coming out at a higher price point, and resale homes have come out at a higher price point. So does that mean we've zeroed out the borrowing power for buyers? I mean, realistically, right? So if prices are going up, borrowing power is going higher, right? Meaning less interest, but prices are going up. Does that change anything for our buyers?
Makes it a net, you mean? Net zero almost because of the percentage? I mean, it could be that way, but I'm still seeing that some buyers who had purchased a year ago are able to, I mean, we talked about our client who was looking at going from 416 last year when they purchased, or maybe it was 2 years ago, and now they are looking at buying in the 595 range, 100 plus, and the payment's the same. So they have a little bit of equity, so they're able to put some money down. So I guess that would attribute to that because the loan amount is just a little bit lower, but maybe net is $50,000, $60,000 gain for them. Same payment.
I don't know. Brandon's doing the tennis.
Well, you lost me.
Sorry. Well, okay, we won't do that part again. But let's look at the highest price sale in the last 7 days. Take a guess.
7.8.
6.2. $1.
831,800.
What?
That took 204 days. That was in the last 7 days. So yeah, it's kind of a change. We haven't had any multi-million-dollar homes that have sold in the last 7 days, but it doesn't mean that's not gonna change in the next couple of days, right?
And that took how long?
204 days.
That's crazy because I mean, I'm seeing a lot of contracts come in at that 6 to 700 range, and they're begging us to close them in 30 to 45 days. Yeah. Why is it taking so long?
I don't know. Maybe they're overpriced for that.
Or do you think there's a tipping point to that?
It was listed at $859.9 and it sold at $831.8. So
cray.
Brandon still has no idea.
Maybe it was financing, COVID financing.
Maybe. What else? Oh my God, they changed the matrix page. How do I get back?
Were you not watching the sales meeting?
It was an update.
Janet came
she
on
was watching. She was barking orders through.
Text messages. Yeah, I kept saying, "Hey, don't forget this, don't forget that," and then I think someone turned off my chat. I text Beta and I was like, I can't chat anymore. Nobody's allowing me to comment.
Oh no, we saw your comments.
Ew. Did you really? But how come it told me that it didn't go? Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Because you have to give permission to Facebook to be able to show who's sending the message. Yeah. You have to give permission to Ecamm, basically. That's the software we're using. Yeah. And sometimes when we restream through Restream. When we stream through Restream, it doesn't give you the link to do that. So it was just coming up on my screen as Facebook user.
Oh my God. So I almost said some
so you
bad
didn't know
words.
who it was, and so therefore you didn't plug. I got it.
So I didn't put it. So,
interesting.
But everyone that was on Facebook in our group could see you were posting. And I didn't know it was you saying that me and Shelly wore the same color shirt. Yeah. Which
we
wore the same
did.
Color top today too.
So black.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you had a nice blue blazer on.
Yeah. You did. You guys were matchy.
Twinsies.
It was super cute.
Aww.
Yeah. They weren't even the same in life, but the color from the camera made it look like
were your
we
pants
were
the same
too.
color as your top? Because my pants were the same color as my top.
Mine were black.
Okay, so let's talk about our change in time here. We went from, so you and I got here at like 8:45, ready to go for
exactly
live,
when we were told to be here.
Unbelievable.
To go on live for a 9 o'clock live show. Yes. And we get here and Brandon's like, cool, you guys ready for our 9:30 show? I'm like, wait a second. What are you talking about? We're supposed to be at 9.
I can tell you
Start at
guys
9.
don't listen to the show because last week I said to everybody, I tell them 9, even though we start at 9:30.
I
I
thought
know,
you
but
were
I didn't think-
joking.
I thought you were joking
And
too.
then the funny
didn't
thing
think you
was
were
that
gonna
we get
do
right up
that.
to 9:30, and I'm scrambling to go live because I'm not prepared. So we were a couple minutes
How
late,
about
but that
them
was my fault.
apples?
Oh my goodness.
So next week we start at 9.
Wait,
No,
seriously,
do we?
do not
30.
do that. 9:30.
Yeah. Just be early, okay?
All right. So 8:45.
Both of you surprised me. I knew Shelly was going to make
Stroll
it.
in 5 minutes
Ew.
before.
No, because she checked with me like 3 times yesterday on the time. And I started to feel real guilty because I knew she was going to show up 45 minutes early.
This is stuff you used to do like 6 years ago.
But it used to not work.
Now he's figured it out.
Now it works.
You just put it on our calendar and we are here. That's
All right.
ultimately what happened.
So let's talk about this article that I feel like has been like a huge buzz in Las Vegas.
kind of a
recently.
buzz
one?
kill.
A buzzkill.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
definitely
let's talk
buzzkill.
about all the things that are wrong with this article. Okay. It's from the Nevada Current. The title is Home Prices Projected to Drop in Las Vegas, Riskiest Market in the Nation. So let's talk about that. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's crazy.
Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate the
No.
in-depth.
Go a little more depth in it. When's it supposed to crash?
So it's saying that
Tomorrow.
Okay, so CoreLogic is betting with 70% certainty. So it's not 100%, which means we got a chance that home prices in Southern Nevada fall by 7.8% by July of 2021. So last year, and 7.8%
Next year.
Last year, next year.
next year. Did I say last year?
Yeah.
Next year.
We're already recovering.
I mean, that's what we talked about last week,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Is that we were in a recovery and we didn't even know that we were struggling. So
So it's based on serious delinquencies, which I can see, with our, a lot of our homeowners are in the service industry, right? So
Yeah.
they've been unemployed. So
Mm.
you've got forbearances and everything else going on. They're in financial hardships. So, but they're projecting that I guess this is all that shit's going to hit the fan.
you said shit. I'm so
Mhm.
proud of you.
Shit ton of
Shelly-
she sheds.
Shit ton of she sheds. Shelly's going to be next. Okay. Sorry, continue.
The crap's going to hit the fan in July of next year. So
I mean, based on what it was like in 2008, just because of all that, they're trying to make it like that type of housing hit for us, or
yeah, and I don't know if they're just trying to get people to read their article, but to me, there's such a demand for the property, right?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
the reason prices would go down is supply and demand, right?
Mhm.
If there's an oversupply and there's not a demand of people purchasing it, but right now we could actually use some more supply.
yeah.
I agree.
So it'll be interesting, I guess. But if a ton of houses hit the market all at once, we could have issues.
But I mean, when we went through that the delinquency and foreclosure thing that we went through in 08 to
Mhm.
10, I think the biggest difference is how buyer or owners were qualified for these mortgages and the equity that we had, right?
Yeah,
Because
but these not landlords, but these owners were qualified based off of their income as well, right?
Today.
Well,
then, no.
I mean, when they bought homes 2-3 years ago and they were working in casinos and whatnot, now they've been furloughed or laid off.
They
So
could afford the house.
They could afford
Correct.
the house then, but they
Right.
can't necessarily afford the house now.
Yes. So you'll see some that would be, but you also now have more, I think you have more equity today than we ever had
Bingo.
before.
And that's where I was getting
So you
to.
just sell,
But-
right?
But
Right, so that's
but the problem is the equity's being eaten up by the forbearance. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they still owe that money.
Yeah.
And it's going to go towards their.
So would it make sense for sellers to now sell their homes with all the equity so that one, they stop bleeding, right, from having to pay their mortgage, right? So sell your home, give us some inventory on the market that will help with prices staying stable, that may not allow us to get into whatever it is this article is saying about it being the riskiest market. Now will just be a normal market like some of the other states in the US.
But where are they going to go? Because if they can't afford their mortgage now, they're not going to be able to afford rent.
But they have equity in their home, so they can do either higher down payments or they can buy smaller homes.
Yeah.
They can buy she sheds.
But they're not making any money to
Tight.
qualify.
I mean,
No, but if they buy cash, if they've got equity in their home, right?
I
They can buy
guess.
cash.
Or that gives them enough money to sustain for. I mean, that was one of the hardships that I think we faced before, was that you're pretty much out. That's why the cash for keys was like a big thing for people when they were getting kind of booted out of their home, right?
Yeah.
Gave them the opportunity to get back into another home and some savings, so to speak. But really, I don't think it was that big of a cash for keys wasn't that huge. But now they have equity, which they could take for savings to prepare them
Right.
or to withstand them for that time frame. Plus, they're getting unemployment, I'm sure, right?
But I just don't think people aren't going to do that. They're going to sit and wait for it to go away
What?
until it's too late. Whatever the problem is. You know what I mean?
You think that's homeowners too, or just tenants?
I think homeowners too. I mean, they're going to hope that things turn around. Obviously, they're banking on they're going to get their jobs back, or they're going to get back to work eventually, right? And hopefully they do. And then they're able to turn it around. And if the banks will work with them on that, where they've fallen behind, then we shouldn't see a lot of foreclosures.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I think it's going to be in everyone's best interest to work through it. I think the government will get involved, and they already are.
They are. Yeah.
And the banks will work with people. I don't think they want to go back through what we went through in 2007-8.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, I know there's a couple of REO agents that are waiting on the sidelines, but
it's all
I agree.
speculation. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
There's going to be foreclosures, right? That's just in our industry, just
Doesn't
whether
matter what
there's,
market, right?
whether this is happening or not.
Well, so the reason that the article, it's based off of information that was provided back in June by CoreLogic, right? And it states that Nevada has the third highest rate of serious mortgage loan delinquencies, defined as 90 days or more past due, including foreclosures. And that's based off of, like I said, from CoreLogic. However, we are seeing that there are other states, for instance, like New Jersey has an increase, year-to-year increase in serious delinquencies, and they're up by 3.7%, from up 3.7% points to 5.8%. New York's rate is 6.8% or 6.4%. I can't read today. I'm just going to stop. How about that? You guys go ahead and continue the reading part.
Wait, what are we reading?
We were counting on you.
So
Don't
Nevada,
let us down.
so based off of like what we're seeing as far as unemployment, 1 out of 5 people were unemployed in June here in Nevada, in the state of Nevada.
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5, 20% of the people were unemployed. That's a crazy number to consider. I just recently, so I have a friend who worked for Hakkasan, and they basically said, hey, we've got this 6 months. So they let them all go or furloughed them in March, right? And you're coming up on that 6 months here in September. Did I do that math right? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yep. So they're coming up in
Carry the one.
6 months. So they're coming up on that 6-month timeline in September, where if they don't hear back from their employers, then they're not coming back. And that's a really scary thing for a lot of people, right? I mean, our clubbing industry was pretty big here in Vegas.
Clubbing industry?
Club,
The
like
bars?
the bars
Oh.
and clubs.
Okay.
Those things. That's what I'm talking about. What did you think I was
I know.
saying?
What
I
do you
don't
do
know.
on the
I was like,
weekends now?
what are we, bail bonds or?
Yeah. So I don't know. That I think that it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that also gives us a moment to talk about the landlord-tenant issues that are still, prevalent in our communities. And I've talked to a lot of people about the landlord-tenant issue. I know there's a lot of property managers and landlords that were pissed off with what happened with Sisolak last week and his announcement of an extension of 45 days, and then the CDC getting involved and saying no eviction moratoriums till the end of the year. And I was trying to do the math, right, based off of everything. Even if somebody starts, let's say January, so they haven't paid rent the entire year since March, and in January we get the process started, and start the eviction process for them, if there's no additional delays, they could be in that house for almost till February, like beginning of February, if there's going to be a number like 200,000 evictions, right? It could take until February.
Yeah.
So, well, and here's the thing. If you're a tenant, you no longer have a tenant who hasn't paid rent or can't afford it or whatever. You no longer have the governor's previous orders that says we're not allowed to charge late fees. Now landlords can charge late fees, right? As of September based off of September rents. They weren't allowed to do it for March, April, May, June, and July, and August.
But it'll just be the rents going forward, not the back rents.
Correct. You can never charge late fees on the rents from previous. Like March you can, April you cannot. Because I think he started the eviction moratorium in, I want to say, end of March, right? Do you guys remember that? Was it?
I think it was right as we're starting into the phase 1. Or as he put everybody out or shut down. Sorry.
Shutdown was mid of March. That I know for
19th.
sure.
So it was right. Then it was right at the end of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of April.
Yeah.
So I'm doing with another broker here in town. We're gonna be asking a couple of questions through the Nevada Association of Realtors on a webinar today. So if anybody's interested in joining at 1 p.m., we're going to be talking to the Nevada State Treasurer, Zach Conan, NAR's Director of Federal Housing Evaluation, Commercial Real Estate Policy and Programs, Megan Booth. And she's going to talk a lot about the CDC's order and how it affects, tenant landlord issues. And then also the Chief Deputy Attorney General, Mark Kruger. And I think that it's going to be really important to ask very specific questions on, well, first of all, what's going on with our, with the $40 million that we had, 30 million, I think were from the state. And then there was another 10 million in the county. And then my understanding is, well, not my understanding, I know the governor had made some comment about it last week that there's another 10 million that he's putting into assistance for tenants.
On top of that?
On top of that. Nothing for landlords, but only for tenants, which I think is still horseshit.
And all Nevada realtors, if you check your email, an email was sent out yesterday with that registration link for that webinar.
Yep. And if you don't have it, you can't find it, you need it, let us know. I think it's going to be a really important one, especially if you're a property manager, to understand what the rules are, what you can and can't do. We've had a lot of questions about, preparing tenant-occupied properties for sale, because you might not be able to show the tenant-occupied properties, but you can, in fact, sell them if the tenant allows you, with permission, to do inspections and whatnot, right? So that's going to be the interesting thing, is to hear that. I'm done talking. I've talked a lot. You guys go ahead. What does it say?
We got a comment from Jeff Bradshaw.
Oh, Jeff Bradshaw. What you talking about? Unemployment plays. All right. Is it because you can't read it? Unemployment plays a huge role. In 2008, crash, people lost their jobs. Right now, the over 60,000 earners unemployment has improved by 3% since January. The under 27,000 earners have seen unemployment get worse by 29% since January. The over 60K earners are the home buyers. Well, there you go. That's what he said.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
The over 60K unemployed. So he's basically saying those that can buy are not unemployed. They're the smaller percentage. Am I reading that right?
Jeff, is she reading that
over
right?
60K unemployment is 3%. Under 27K is 29%.
I think he's saying we got buyers.
We can see we got buyers. Like, it's been a crazy, literally last 2 weeks, which we were talking about that too. Isn't there usually a time in our market where we kind of slow down, everybody goes back to school, and there's always that sentiment like, oh, well, we're going back to school, so this is why it slowed down a little bit. And then we kind of, everything starts revving back up like towards the tail end of the year. This is just like nonstop.
Yeah.
And it's gotten crazier where the multiple offers, I've got agents like, hey, can you do a, 26-day close? I'm like, 26, not 27, not 25, 26.
I mean, it's better than 22.5.
Right. Or 8-day closings for Vonetta. But I'm like, why 26? Oh, because that's the one date that that'll make this better than the rest of the other contracts that are in there. I'm like, wow, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, I forgot to print you out an RPA. You wanted to do a Mad Libs on that.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun because I'm dorky like that. I like fun things. So you mentioned that people are submitting blank offers, and the first thing that popped up in my head was Mad Libs. Does anybody remember Mad Libs?
Was that really true that people were doing that, or was somebody just did a sarcastic post on Facebook?
No, it was true. I've seen it. I've seen it across the nation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As a joke.
Like lots of people.
A legit.
Yeah, lots of people are doing it. Did you think it was?
I'm getting blank applications too. Like, hey, can you qualify me?
Blank applications. That's awesome.
Here, just
approved, straight to close.
Can you just mail me the keys?
Yeah,
Tell me where my house is.
I can't see the house.
Well, I will tell you, there's a 3-story Mediterranean-style mansion at Lake Las Vegas that just got listed for You cheater. $7.95 million. Oh, you were guessing?
I was guessing that was my what was the highest sale?
Yeah, 7.95 million is not the highest sale, but the price of the mansion. Are you getting me this time? Is that what's happening? What's going on over there, Beta? It's a 10,000 plus square foot home, 5 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. That's a lot of bathrooms. I just want one more in my house.
One more bathroom?
I just want one more bathroom. Can I borrow one from there? I feel like they have 6 too many.
I think you can just put one in your backyard, little outhouse.
She has that. Don't you have like a little shower outside?
No, I planned on putting one, but
wrong house.
Yeah.
Bradshaw said yes. I am correct. Thank you, Jeff.
Fantastic.
Specifically mentioned
the one
Shelly.
time. One for Shelly.
Well, and so what else has happened in our market? Anybody know? Do you want me to
These damn fires. Can we talk about that?
Oh my God.
How about the
It
wind?
was so red on Monday. Like the entire backyard, my backyard was like orangish red. It was a beautiful color, but I know it's coming from fires. But do you know how it started?
I heard these damn.
A gender reveal party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
surprise, your kid's going to be a devil. Just kidding.
That's not nice.
No, that's rude.
Evil.
Like a gender reveal party in a forest?
So how much money is that gender reveal going to cost?
So will they have to pay for all
Yeah.
that?
I was reading something about that in
way.
Arizona. I guess something like this happened. Same reasoning because of a gender reveal, and it cost them $8 million in restitution.
It's the little fire thingies that they do. Why are
When
you
did
doing
they
that in the forest?
Right. So this is another reason why California people are coming here because one, too many babies out there
It's
doing
all
these
coming
damn
together now. It's all coming together now.
We have all of our mountains have no plants on them. It's
So
red
they had
rock.
I saw a meme this morning that basically had a plane dumping fire retardant down on the fire. It was all red and it said, "It's a girl."
That's
now
awesome.
I get it.
Is it? Was it a girl?
I don't know. They were just being. It
It's
may
gonna be
have
one
been.
fiery little. Yeah. All right.
That's funny.
Enough of that.
I had a
That's
cousin
okay.
once that lit a field on fire with a sparkler.
No.
On 4th of July, he was throwing them up in the air, and they said, "Don't throw those up." He threw it up. The wind caught it.
I'm not gonna lie. That same thing happened, and all the guys ran out there and just went to the bathroom, peed on the fire to turn it down. Sorry.
And it
Sorry.
You
worked.
guys didn't
I didn't mean
have
to
water
expose
bottles?
my.
They didn't have hoses.
They didn't have water bottles back then. You can't bring like your. They didn't want to get rid of their 40s, right? They wanted it to. Just kidding.
They wanted to use their own hoses.
40s.
Yes, exactly.
Now we know where $2 Chuck comes from.
Just kidding. Not really.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. So the wind was kind of crazy here, but it blew all the smoke out, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least you can see now.
But this has happened, like, I mean, not the gender reveal fire, but I feel like we've had like 3 or 4 fires that have come.
From
I mean, we've
California.
gotten
Seems
the
like every
bad.
year now.
Yeah. We've gotten the winds from that.
But in case you California people are listening, we're having a fire sale on homes.
Bad joke.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it's funny.
Oh,
Actually, I
too
like it.
soon.
I thought it was funny.
Way too soon.
Okay. Too soon. I'm sorry. But all right. So Zillow's back in buying houses again.
An
right?
open door and all the iBuyers.
They're
they
all
call 'em.
back.
I'm seeing the ads on Facebook and everything that they want to buy.
They
Where
are.
did they go?
I
They
think
took a
just
pause.
took a little pause. Yeah. They were. I
They got
don't know.
nervous.
Well, the scary thing, they got nervous with COVID and they withdrew on a lot of contracts they were already in contract
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, the other
So-
thing is these different platforms, they allow buyers to just go into the home, which I think is scary with COVID, right? Because there's nobody really monitoring the properties the way that we are with other, when it's listed. It's just, I don't know.
I heard they have the Lysol sprays. They bomb the house the minute that somebody leaves.
Shut up.
That'd be funny though, huh? I'm going to create one of those things. That's an amazing idea.
I have a company that isn't doing anything. It's just, it's active.
These
I pay,
things just come out of my brain like
I
randomly.
pay for it every year. I think we should do some Lysol bombs
Yeah.
for
Good
for
luck on
Open
finding
Door.
As they leave.
Lysol.
We'll sell them to Open Door. Are you guys listening? We're going to sell you some
You could be our
Lysol
next
bombs.
sponsor. We got a waiting list.
Got a waiting list. You're up next.
You're up. But yeah, so they're back in the market, and according to their weekly market report, sellers are continuing to drive the housing market with low supply and eager buyers as total for sale inventory contracted for the 13th straight week and typical time on market maintained record lows. Did anybody catch what that actually meant?
No, but if
I mean,
I'm
I
a
read it,
seller
but-
today, why would I go to one of these, to Zillow or Open Door, to sell my home with rather than a realtor who's going to work to get me the
Convenience
highest?
sometimes. Yeah, no, I agree with
The
you. Sometimes
convenience
they think
factor?
it's a matter of convenience because there's a drop dead date when they can get out of the property, and that's what a lot of people are looking forward to. And I mean, I had a client that called me and was like, "Well, we've got these 2 houses. We're really considering going the Zillow or Open Door option." I was like, "Well, crap, I'll charge you more. You can decrease the price on your home, and it'll sell in the time frame that you want. Like, let's do that, right?
Yeah.
Same."
Yeah.
They have a marketing strategy. We have marketing strategies. And I don't know. I mean, I think that there's an opportunity to make more money when you sell with a realtor.
Well, you look at it this way, though. It's almost like trading your house in. Same thing as a car. If you're going to buy a new car, you can trade your car in, or you could go out and sell it on the open market and actually make more money. But yet we trade them in all the time
For convenience.
It's
Yeah.
just easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes it just makes sense.
Yep.
But just know that you can still use a realtor through that process. We
Oh.
can submit those offers for you and help you navigate through that thing, and also show you what you could get in a projected time frame for market value of your property too. So I would, if I was a seller these days, I'd look at all my options before I made the decision.
Right. I mean, they're selling with me. They don't have a choice. I know where they live. But
Hammer.
The hammer.
Yes.
But I just, I thought it was interesting when he mentioned it to me. I was like, well, we can talk about this, but let me explain the difference, right?
We can talk about this, but you're not going to do
But
it.
you can go ahead and sign before we get to the car.
You're not allowed. But anyway, so this report on Channel 8 actually talks about, and it takes a lot of information from Zillow, and not to say that that's 100% accurate or anything, but it is showing that our new listings are down by 5.8%, which I think we get, right? I mean, we're down in inventory. There's no doubt about it. But our supply or our demand is up, which we have talked about a multitude of times as well. And it's just been ongoing, which I think is fun. So anyways, what else you guys got?
So it's the first game for the Raiders this weekend, right?
I was about to ask you that because
Me?
Allegiant Stadium is
That opens a week from Monday. The actual
Stadium.
main game for the first game of Allegiant Stadium will be a week from Monday. But yeah, the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders' first game is this Sunday.
You excited? Is that why you're wearing
Did
the
you get
black?
your box?
I did get my box.
Yeah.
It's a consolation prize. Thanks for buying season tickets, and you can't come. But here's a replica of the stadium you can look at while you watch the game.
Well, and you got tickets in there that you can't use, but
Yeah.
Show up at your
No,
big screen
it was
TV.
a nice gesture. In fact, buying season tickets, and they've sent some nice gifts throughout the thing. They've sent a piece of artwork that's basically a drawing of the stadium.
yeah.
They've sent drink glasses with the Raiders Stadium on it. Actually, Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
Our other sponsor. Not.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I wish they'd pay us like they did the Raiders.
So bad.
But no, so they've been good, and I think they're just as disappointed as the fans are to
Yeah.
not be able to have fans in the stadium this year. So next year will be pretty awesome.
Yeah. They should just stagger like the fan base. They should allow, like, for instance, only like every other seat, and then so one game, even for like the Golden Knights, one game you would have this many people on, only one per other. Every other
But
row or
how do you
something,
make
and then
that
switch
fair?
it.
And they looked at that, I'm sure. But how do you make that fair? To me, I would have said, okay, I would have rather have gone to at least one game this
Yeah.
year and given up the other ones, but I would want that game. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so now you get stuck with
You
the
pay more money.
you pay more. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that it's possible. Like they could have.
It could have been, but who knows? It's just sad that it was exciting to see that stadium get built.
Yeah. Now it's
And
sitting there.
Everyone's dying to get into it, and you see people. I thought I saw people out there tailgating the other day in the parking lot. So yeah, so I think you'll still have a lot of excitement. It's cool. The Raiders are here. We got a professional football team now, and to go along with the Knights who play tonight.
Yes. Go
So-
Knights, go. Yeah.
How many
tied.
more games they got?
Well, hopefully they've got to win 7 more to win it all.
Yeah.
So
Western Conference finals.
yeah,
Today.
so it's
Or
their
this is the Western
This is it,
Conference.
right?
Yeah, their
so
series
that's
is
how many
tied-
more games?
yeah they're
on
tied
this-
1-1,
Okay.
and so it's a best of 7. So
Got it. So they got a couple more than their Western champions, and then they go to
slow down there.
what?
The Stanley Cup.
That's what I was saying.
fun-
He told me to slow down.
Yeah,
Oh.
they've
my
got to
bad.
win a
Let's
few
go.
more, but they may or may not be. So
Yeah.
we'll
They
see.
will.
It's a good weekend
If
for
they
Vegas,
play
though,
like
right?
game 2, they will be. If they play like game 1, no hope.
Yeah.
And what was this whole thing with Fleury? I missed this whole thing. People got pissed off. Fleury, they weren't putting Fleury in. Then they put Fleury in.
And then they
And
lost.
they pulled him out again. I don't know. I think you got 2 good goaltenders now.
Yes.
We haven't had that in Vegas. We've had good goal support the first season. All our backups did such a great job. That's how we made it to where we did, because Fleury
Yeah.
was out a lot of that season.
Yeah, it's true.
But, Subban was a decent backup, but he was not the caliber of Fleury. And now we've got 2 that are very high caliber. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep both of them next year.
Oh, man.
You heard it
Yeah.
here, not first.
Crazy.
They could be sponsors too next.
crazy.
They want to be.
Crazy.
Wait, so speaking of the Raiders Stadium, like, did we see an uptick in sales because of them moving here? Did you guys?
I don't think you could attribute it to that.
Right?
I think there was some people locally got excited about it. And I think property values around the stadium probably went up.
Yeah,
But I don't think there was a mass rush of people moving here because
of
the
that?
stadium.
they're
I know
moving here.
Commercial property went up
In
quite
that
a bit
area?
In that area.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was kind of a big deal. But commercial's getting hit now, though. It's unfortunate.
Hey. I don't know what to say to that, but at least there'll be no parking issues at Allegiant Stadium this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yet.
it's good because we had parking issues to begin with.
Yeah,
we didn't have
everybody
enough
was worried.
parking anyway. So it's
Mhm.
probably okay for us to sort that out, I think, for a while.
So anyways,
Get a lot of buses. Get a lot of people. Hire
Yeah.
people
You're
for
gonna
those
have
buses to get them in and out.
You're going to absolutely have to. So very cool. There is a concert or something coming up, right? I believe you're allowed to start going to things at Allegiant Stadium in October. Or no, did that
Really?
change? I thought that was one of the things that the governor had stated was in October, that first weekend of October, he was going to start allowing people to go.
I mean,
to Allegiant
Usher just
Stadium.
announced his residency for 2021 at Caesars Forum or Caesars, whatever. I mean, that's a bold statement, right?
Yeah.
He's coming, whether we like it or not.
What does he sing?
Usher?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know. What song?
I don't know. What does he sing, Beta?
Betamax.
All the good songs.
All the good songs.
All right.
We'll have to play that on the end. We've got our, that'll be our trailer.
so do you
out.
know what concert it was? I know the first concert that was supposed to open up the stadium was going to be Garth Brooks.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So is that going to be the concert? Did they push it back there? Or?
I thought that's the one in October, but I don't know for sure.
See, we just speculate. We don't know anything.
All that research that we
Thanks
do.
for listening.
No.
You're not any smarter after our show today.
Usher's biggest hit was Yeah. Yeah. That's that song. It was called
Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
what it is?
Is it Yeah?
Oh, now we have to play it.
DJ got us falling in love again.
I feel like he was a semi-romantic rap artist. Would that be the right genre?
The type of music and very
Call
cool.
me a Mac.
Who?
That's funny. Call me Netflix and chill.
Oh yeah. How
Oh,
was
this
your
is coming
Netflix
on
and
here.
chill weekend, by the way?
Me? I didn't
Yeah.
have one.
What?
Hey,
Sorry,
spike
honey.
in lumber prices boost construction costs.
Yes,
talk
let's
about
talk
that.
about that.
Let's come back to reality.
New construction costs. Do you think it's really that, or do you think it's just because some of our new home builders are just jacking up prices? Can I say that on air?
They
You
are
can-
jacking up
you can
prices.
say
that,
You can say
but-
whatever you want.
I don't think they would just say lumber prices are going up if they weren't. Would they?
It's on
Isn't it-
Facebook,
wouldn't they
so
be able to
it's
check
true.
that?
I think what she's asking is, why do you think that is?
Because there's extra tariffs that are coming in from the from Canada. So a lot of the wood lumber is coming in from Canada, and so there's a tariff that's been imposed by the Trump administration. I read one of
Are
your
you
articles.
shitting me right now?
No, I'm serious. Off memory, I wrote it down and everything. Yes, there's a tariff coming in from lumber that is coming in from Canada.
Do we still have tariffs? I didn't realize
Yeah.
we still had tariffs.
So apparently, because of all the fires in California,
Where
we
have you
cannot
been?
make our own lumber. Do you make lumber?
You
You
can't
grow
make
it.
lumber, you grow it. That whole concept of planting a seed today, right?
But when you do these damn gender reveal parties, that's what happens to our lumber. That's what's
And
it's
then the prices go
all
up.
coming
Yeah.
full circle.
full circle. Yes. Yeah, I actually had a buyer 2 weeks ago went in and she said, I went in 2 weeks ago and now the price is up $30,000. Like
On
what?
lumber?
On a new construction.
Oh,
Yes, just on the sticks.
was she buying building her own house? What is happening?
That's crazy. Plus, I think there's actually a shortage of help. That always is the thing, right? But now because of COVID, people are not wanting to get out
They don't want to work.
and work. Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation about people who are getting their unemployments. But some are actually afraid of the COVID side of it. So
Are you afraid?
Of what?
COVID.
Through lumber?
Through it all.
she already got her lumber treated.
I don't think I'm afraid of it. I think I'm cautious about it. Like I think I'm sensitive about the situation. I'm not scared. Nothing scares me except snakes.
It's the hammer.
heights.
Hammer time.
Snakes and hikes.
Heights.
Same.
Heights.
Heights.
Scared of heights.
Snakes and heights.
How did you get up to the Paris Eiffel Tower? Did that not freak you out?
I didn't. So they have like little glass bottoms, and I didn't look in through it. In fact, taking a picture of the kids standing on it like gave me anxiety.
Oh, but you went up to the top.
Not to the tippy top. No,
it was
we
a
only
green
went.
screen. She
We
was
only
on
went-
the
We only
It's a
went
good
to
picture.
like the halfway mark or whatever, and that was it. But we had lunch there, and then we went to the halfway mark. But I never made it to the top because that shit freaks me out.
Got it.
I've been to other like high rises, right? I went to Chicago last year and did their tallest building hike. There was, that they have in Chicago, they have this one Doohickey where you can like look off the side. It's called, I think.
It's the,
How do you spell Doohickey?
Yes, Doohickey.
We
It's
just got a new name for the show.
It's like the Will Rogers
It's like
building or something.
Yeah, it's like a thing that goes off the side. It's a tilt. It's called tilt. So the building itself is glass, and then you stand on it, and then it tilts down, so you're looking down on the ground.
I must have missed
No,
that.
thank you.
Yeah. So Veer,
Oh, you're afraid of heights too.
No, I'm afraid of falling from heights.
So
Don't dangle me over the edge, please.
my youngest one was like, "I'm in. Let's do it. Come do it with me, Mom." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I bought an extra ticket. I ended up giving it to some random person because there was no way I was going to do that thing. It literally gives me anxiety. And then my older one went, but you could see like in the pictures, he's got his butt hanging out like the entire time, and he's barely looking. He's got it. He's got it for me on the whole
Aw.
heights thing, and I'm like, "It's okay. You'll be fine." Younger one, he don't give a shit.
He didn't want to do it, or he did it.
He did it.
and he's
Oh,
just
he
up
did
there,
it.
no issue. That's cool.
Yeah, he's so carefree. He doesn't care about anything. So yeah, snakes and heights. That's my thing.
Yeah, same for me.
So how are
Snakes.
roads, rates, whatever they are?
Rods are good. They came down from a couple of weeks ago. We're still under 3% on rates, 2.875, 2.99. I will say that there's some thought because of some looming inflation speculation out there that rates are probably going to be going up at the end of the year or soon. I won't say end of the year because but that if you are really looking at refinancing today, or you are looking at purchasing and you're stuck in this specific payment and you're on the fence about it, I would suggest you do it. Like really, I mean, even in going from 2.75 to 2.875 when we went up a little bit last Friday, I was amazed at how many borrowers are like, well, that really just is going to affect my my refinance by like $50 or $35. I don't think I want to do it anymore. I'm like, really? That's crazy. Not to say that that's not significant, but so if you're afraid of that, or and there's this thought that rates may be going up, it might be time for you to look at
Get on that bandwagon.
jumping
now.
in. Yeah, whether it's refinancing or purchasing.
So I read something, and see if you are really up to date. CFPB QM amendment could open up mortgages to nearly 300,000 buyers by removing or eliminating the 43% debt to income cap.
We have that already removed. Like we're doing conventional loans up to 50. We do FHA up to 45, or I mean more if you're doing it in the down payment assistance range. So I don't know what benefit that will give us.
That'll give us 300,000 more borrowers.
According to CFPB,
I guess it depends on who the mortgage.
the investor is at the end.
No, they look at in 2019, if this was gone away, there would have been 297,000 more that would have qualified based on the automated underwriting estimates.
I mean, so they're in the 5% range. They do limit it to 45%, like a hard 45%. So maybe that would open it up to more, so you can push more debt to income ratio on that to 50. But it's pretty interesting.
More
news.
buyers for all that inventory that's coming.
Is that nationwide though, or is that just here in Las
That's
Vegas?
federal.
Federal. Okay.
Well, so let's kind of circle back to that. So I did some numbers on this. So we talked about the delinquency
you
rate
researched
and potential lowering of sales prices, right? And if we talk about rates going up,
hold on, lowering of sales prices. What
well,
do you
because everybody's thinking that the delinquencies are going to cause
So if you have a flood of inventory,
Correct.
prices go down.
supply, it's basic
interest
supply and
rates
demand,
go
right?
up.
right. So today we could qualify borrower like 265 at 2.875. Tomorrow, what would we say? 7.9% was the decrease, the reduction that CoreLogic was saying. Okay, so that gets you to 243 for a loan amount. But the rates go up. Pre-COVID, we were at 4%. The difference in payment is like $70 more. And then you're paying $40,000 more in interest, even though your sales price is lower, but your interest rate is higher.
So
Riddle me that, bad man. So you're in a better position today. Rates being where they are today, even if the world around us fell apart and we dropped 20%, and rates continue to go up, because I believe these
and
are
when
the
you say
lowest
we dropped 20%, you mean
in value.
in value?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can purchase a home 20% lower tomorrow than you can today, but tomorrow the rate is pre-COVID rate of 4%.
Tomorrow is not coming yet, though,
Right.
Everyone, just
Exactly.
But what
This
she's
is all
saying,
speculation.
You've got
She's not
buyers.
literally
You've got
saying
buyers that
tomorrow.
are going to wait because they think the prices are going to
Right.
go down. But if the prices go down, the interest rate goes up. You
Right.
really lose anyway.
And so
Net zero.
your net zero, maybe payment
worse.
is the same, but your interest that you've saved is going to, or that you would be saving today to purchase a home today, is actually, so you'd be paying down the balance as well faster today than you would if the hypothetical, whoever's making that stat, the rates or that sales prices are going to drop. Everybody's
It's
saying
core
that rates
logic.
will increase at some point in time. So understand that dynamic there. So that's all I got.
Interesting.
Is that, I know you're like mesmerized.
I am.
Hammer time. Are you there? What's going on?
Hammer time.
I
can't wait till she wears the hammer time pants.
I'm doing it.
Do it,
You
please.
probably own a pair, don't you?
I do not. No.
I feel like you own a pair.
I don't know if Rich might own a pair, but I do not.
Rich, do you own a pair? You better be listening today.
For real. We got
Watching.
5 viewers, so I'm pretty sure one of them is him.
We've already surpassed when we were on the radio. We used to only have one
Yours-
listener.
I'm sorry. Your computer's on, my computer's on, her computer's on. So that's
But
3.
I'm not on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Oh, does it know if... Okay, it might be me then. I might be one.
One is you.
And Beta is on. So that's
And my
4.
cell phone's on.
We at least know
It's
Jeff.
all 5 of us.
We
Well, that was great.
know Jeff Bradshaw's
Killjoy.
listening, that's for
Oh, I
sure.
think he's fell asleep and tuned out by now. Jeff, you still there?
That's funny.
So rude. Yeah, no, it's not just us.
Well,
It's
that
all
was
good.
a pretty eventful...
Good times, right?
yeah.
First
Live?
time live.
Yeah.
We didn't make any blood. Nobody had to bleep me out this time. Thank you, Betamax, for
Betamax.
keeping me legit today.
Betamax, Hammer Time. We're going back to the 80s.
Right.
Did you miss all of these jokes at the beginning of the show? Because we did all of these already.
I wasn't paying attention.
Brandon was worried about getting us live.
And we're
Getting
live
everything
now.
together, pressing his buttons.
Hey, I know Jessica Hallenbeck's watching, so
Yay,
welcome.
Jessica. Hi, shout out. All right. So legit, you guys.
Legit.
Great time to buy.
Yes.
Don't hesitate because interest rates are low. Home prices are still down. That shit's going to change. So take advantage of it now before it's too late. I think that's like the biggest thing. But then here's the other deal is that there's a lot of people that are looking to get into the real estate market as well. Like not get into the real estate market, but get into real estate as a career.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
We talked
For
about
right now.
that. We talked about that last week. Were you not?
We were
listening?
she was Netflixing and chilling.
No,
Remember?
I did that this weekend.
I think it's a great
Ooh.
time to get in, and I think the people that are working are making money, and they're making. I think people are having better years than normal,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is because a lot of realtors aren't working, and so your fair share is there's more fair share for everybody.
It's all coming back now. All right,
Yeah,
never mind.
remember?
We're done talking about this.
Your
Okay.
son isn't going to do real estate.
Yes. But I do agree also on the mortgage side, the appraisal side, home inspection side. Like I talk about succession a lot. Like who's going to replace the magnificent 3 here at this table? Who would that be?
Well, it'll be Tyson
And
for
plus 4.
Brandon. It'll be I don't know who's going to take over Beta.
Right?
Beta's stuck doing this forever.
Ever and ever,
Sydney,
Beta.
for
Fortunately,
you.
you're young enough that you could take us through and Beta. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, really, this has afforded me a great career and lifestyle that I would encourage anyone who's maybe on the sidelines thinking about what to do next. If you're interested, I think the real estate industry, as well as mortgage, as well as appraisals, as well as what other home inspections, what other parts of the industry are important to buying a home? Insurance.
Yep. Home warranty.
I lost you. Hammer time is gone.
No, I'm actually reading.
She's shopping for the pants.
No, I am. No,
I am.
I was looking at like how it's an article by Realtor Magazine about houses, or while houses get bigger, apartments get smaller. Did you guys see that one?
Mm-mm.
That homes are actually getting bigger and apartments are getting smaller, and on a national level. Isn't that crazy?
How do they get
track
bigger?
This crap, which I think is so cool. So single-family homes built in 2019 are 18% larger than overall inventory, according to new research from Storage Cafe that analyzed the evolution of new home and apartment sizes from 2010 to 2019. The average size of a new single-family home built in 2019 was 2,611 feet. While new homes get larger, apartments, though, have dropped in size by nearly 90 square feet over the last decade, averaging 1,156 square feet in 2009.
Hey, Beta, will you get on the phone with Storage Cafe and get them as a sponsor, please?
I know. Yeah, they're first on the list, actually.
Right.
Well, if
By
they
the
can
way-
cite some stuff, we definitely can. We'll
Right.
make
We can make stuff up.
So
Yeah.
Chicago has the largest homes among the 20 largest U.S. cities. Chicago. New single-family homes there are 3,330 square feet in 2019. But I will tell you, like when I was in Europe, they have the smallest homes. Like everything there is smaller.
tiny
even their
homes.
roads
or-
and their cars are even smaller.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
their washer dryers are in their kitchens. Their roads are smaller. Their cars are smaller. Everything's smaller. Everything's smaller. It's just, I mean, I don't know that for sure. So,
So we're getting comments now. We're
Hi,
getting people
Colleen.
tuning in.
Seattle has the smallest newly built apartments in the county, averaging 676 square feet, while Jacksonville, Florida, has the largest, averaging 986.7 square feet. I don't know why I say these things. I see them, but something else comes out of my mouth.
You're way ahead of yourself on that.
987 square feet. Yeah,
Jim Navarro.
Yep, he
got some
says.
comments.
He says create an apprenticeship requirement for new agents, similar to appraisal.
Don't you have that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have that here. At,
Yeah.
So we've done that internally, Jim, for a company at Signature here. Every new agent's required to go through an apprentice program for their first 5 transactions. So, and all that is designed to help raise the professionalism in our industry, especially in our company. So, good comment. And hi, Colleen. And Beta says, "Hey, we're live every Thursday at 9:30,
9:30.
9 o'clock for you two." And so yeah,
rude.
Wow, so excited! We got 3 comments on our
We got a lot.
feed.
Oh my God, you
We're
guys
doing
are
awesome.
stop it.
And it's
Hi,
our first live.
Jennifer Day is on. Wild is on, so that's cool.
Amazing.
Jen, she's probably like, "Where's Shelly at? I
She
need to
might
track
not
her
still
down."
be on, but she was on for a second.
Got
so.
it. Jessica was on there. Yay! Successful.
So, what do you think? Should we wrap this up?
I think so. I think it's that time now. Do we have a script? We have a script. Let me go pull it. Let me pull it. So we are. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Signature Real Estate Group and Prosperity Lending. You're welcome. Thank you. You can find all of their contact information on our website, Facebook, actually, and YouTube, and right here. See, it's probably right here. Is it here?
Like
It's nowhere.
us
We're
and
live, so we
subscribe
can't just
below.
throw that stuff up.
Oh,
no! Let's go back to not live. Okay.
wait. So Dr. Evil's not popping up on our little air quotes? Not today, huh?
All right. So I'd like to take a survey here of our viewers and find out if they appreciated the pop-ups of random nonsense or if they appreciate the Facebook Live. So that
We
This
can
is our
still
first
do
time
them.
watching us. What are you talking about?
We could still do them, and we can bring them on, but we have to have a little bit more planning on the show, so we can't just wing it.
Oh, could you put buttons in these that could be Dr. Evil?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon.
or whatever else?
Betamax.
So don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Real Estate Exposed. Look for Netflix and Chill as the topic.
No.
Or yeah, it's
last
Netflix
one,
for
yep.
last one. Yeah, that's how you're gonna find us. Because I had a hard time when we get more subscribers. and become a huge hit, then it'll be easier.
Huge hit. I like
A
that.
huge hit. So we're here at Real Estate Exposed every Thursday. We're going to be recording at 9:30 a.m. Please be here.
Don't forget, we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on all the platforms, so you can find us everywhere.
So just in case you don't want to see us, you can listen to us all the time. We're crack for ears.
This way you
Crack for your ears. On that note, we're out.
Bye.